online. Let me go to my dashboard right quick so I can see all the chats. All right. Hey, Twitch. I'm back. This is what we're going to be doing every Saturday. This is what I'm going to be doing every Saturday is coming in and giving you some advice so that you can hear some answers to some of the questions that have come in, and people will be able to submit questions. I will type the URL where you can submit your questions right here. Excuse me. Click the Get Advice button, and that will um, take you to the right spot so you can submit your question, and then hopefully you'll be able to hear it the next following Saturday when I come back to Twitch. If you can't wait that long, you just have to have some Deborah. You can log on to YouTube. I have a channel there. That's where I do most of my recording. Everything going on over here is pretty new. So you log on to youtube.com/Debsterism, the same as it is here on Twitch, and you'll be able to find me over there. And that's that's where most of my videos are. There's at this juncture there are over 400 videos there on dating and relationships for the young people here on Twitch, so you can learn some good information about dating and relationships there. I hope everyone can hear me just fine. I'm still trying to get used to this new technology. So, if you have any issues, please put it in the chat so I can see them, and then I will try to address them as best I can. I'm using the OBS Studio to do the broadcasting, and it's known for being kind of janky when at times. So welcome to whoever comes on and hears this and hears this. My name is Deborrah Cooper. I am a relationship advice columnist and have been for 20 some odd years. I started on AOL and I went on to Net Noir, and then I started my own site in 1997, which is still online, askheartbeat.com. And that's why I provided some really interesting and a new style of relationship advice, which started there and which people still respond to. So I still have the same kind of weird personality when I answer the letters. So the information though is really, really good. I give solid advice. It's great information, but I try to deliver it in a way that it's funny, because it tends to make, when you're really getting on people's case, it tends to make things a little bit more palatable for them, so they're laughing and giggling while they're getting their butt kicked. Basically, that's basically what's happening. So, had to take those off. It's like, I'm kind of at this stage where sometimes I need glasses and sometimes I don't, and I can't really figure out what the difference is. So some days, I'm kind of squinting, but I can still read the writing okay. I don't know what's going on. See, that's what happens when you start getting old. This stuff starts changing and it gets weird on you. But let's get started with these questions. Let me see. You guys are really good, because I'm keeping the questions that come in. If people say that they came in from watching me on Twitch, I'm keeping those questions separate from the ones that come in through other avenues, because I want to be able to keep the same, provide you with the response on the channel where you found me. So this is your forum, this is your area, this is where you hang out. So this will be the area where you can find an answer to the questions that you submit. And so let me get started. I think I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we have 6. You guys were good. You can send in 6 questions this week. So I am going to answer all of them. So here we go. If you have any thoughts on what I say, or you, of course, you're invited to have a difference of opinion, or everybody has one. You know what the saying is? It's just like buttholes. Everybody got one. So as long as you deliver your message in a respectful way, try not to be too mean to the person who wrote the letter. Don't call them stupid and stuff like that. Because a lot of times, especially in this environment here, the people are young. They don't know what's going on. And this, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, let me do these first. Dear Deborah, I've hurt my girlfriend a few times now, not intentionally, but she's very hurt, and after having one issue, she told me to leave her alone. That she's tired, that I've been a bad guy, that she's very angered herself for letting me do some of these wrong things to her. She believes I will never change. I have always loved her and still made some bad decisions that led us to this breakup. We've been together for a year, and our relationship has been intense. Good moments are some, there's been some good and some bad moments. Should I listen to her and just give her space and somehow show her that I still love her, or just leave her alone and continue on with my life? I really think, despite of the bad moments, we are perfect for each other. I guess we met in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, sir, that's not what happened at all. If a woman, you break up to the point where a woman tells you to leave her alone, that you're never going to change, that she's tired of you hurting her, that you're a bad guy, that means a decision has been made that you're not the one. You're not. What's up? What's up, well, the people who are here? Some of them aren't in the chat room, so I don't know who they are. I probably could figure that out, but I haven't been on here enough times to know all those details. But young man, when you hurt your girlfriend a couple of times, you admitted it. You say it wasn't intentionally, but I have to say, at what point do we grow up and stop hurting the people that we love? Sometimes you just pause for a minute and think, okay, is what I'm about to do, this is where maturity comes in. Is what I'm about to do going to benefit my relationship, or is it going to hurt my relationship? See, and that takes, I don't know, 5 seconds to pause, as they say, slow your roll and think about what you're about to do and what you're about to say before you say it and before you do it. That is the sign of a person of maturity. When you just blurt out stuff, or you just do stuff all stupid and you don't really think about what you're doing, and then it damages your relationship, it hurts somebody, breaks their heart, whatever, and then you sitting up there looking all crazy later talking about, oh, well, forgive me. They don't have to forgive you. They don't have to keep getting hurt by you being just, mouthy and not thinking about what you're doing. So, that's your fault. That's your responsibility. So the fact that this woman left you, you did that to yourself. You were together for a year, so see, you had plenty of times, if you heard her several different times, to get your act right, and you chose not to do that. You just kept acting stupid to the point where she got tired of you, and now she's gone. She's like, it's a wrap. I'm done. This is all I can do. I can't do no more. So you saying that you love her, but you know what? We don't hurt the people that we love. So I'm really wondering, what kind of love it is that you say, what you have that you call love. I don't really get that. But basically, at this point, what you need to do is respect the fact that she needs space. She needs time away from you. She's not trying to look at you. She's not trying to talk to you. She's not trying to be bothered with you. She wants you gone. So respect it, because if you don't, see, then what you do, you risk getting like stalker charges and stuff like that. And that's not good. You don't want to do that, okay? Girl, I'm trying to tell you, folks just be tripping. They think that, a lot of these dudes think that, that you as a girlfriend are required to give them this, quote, unconditional love that everybody likes to talk about. That stuff only exists in fairy tales. I'm just telling you right now. And maybe between a parent and a child. But even then, that's still, every relationship that you have with an adult person. Let me explain this to people who get stuck on that unconditional love and think that means that you just treat people any kind of way and act a zip damn fool, and that they're going to still want to be with you, and that they're obligated to be with you, and that they're obligated to put up with your nonsense. They're not. So you sitting up there, getting upset and trying to say, well, you should take me back, but we were perfect for each other and I still love you. Well, good for you. What you want, a round of applause? What they say, I clap for you. But it's like, dude, you screwed up. This is a wrap. So I suggest that you take the L and get on down the dusty trail, figure out what it is that you did wrong, and don't ever do those things to any other woman again, and then you might be on the path to having a happy relationship. But right now, you done screwed this up royally, and how much hurt do you think somebody's supposed to take? For real? You gonna keep on coming at her and think she's supposed to keep taking you back and keep forgiving you and all this old stuff while you just keep treating her like crap? No, no, no. Okay. Any comments? Anybody got a comment about that? If you do, you can type your comment in there because I finally got the screen right now. I can see the video and the chat at the same time. You just don't know. I don't know what buttons I have been pressing, but it was kind of interesting. All right, so now we're going to go on to letter number 2. This person asks, is it possible to fall out of love with someone? Is it possible to fall out of love with someone? We were together 8 months together, and he said that he doesn't have any more romantic feelings for me. He said he was almost certain that I didn't love him and felt like I didn't put enough effort into seeing him. Oh, I never I never slept over, and we saw each other only during the weekends. He never told me that he felt this way, that I didn't love him. I would have showed more affection. I thought it was enough, but he doesn't want to give us a second chance. Is there any way to fix this? Wow. See, again, we're running into some issues with maturity here. Young lady, let me tell you how this is supposed to go. Just a couple. When did I do that video? Yesterday? My days are getting blended together. Yeah, Thursday something. Yeah, it was Thursday night. On YouTube. YouTube.com/Debsterism. I'll type it in the thing later. I did a video called How to Be a Challenge. And in it, I was talking about women who are just, they do too much. They're too available. They just drive the man crazy. They're too much in his face. And, he never gives a chance to miss them. You've gone to the opposite extreme, and you weren't really showing the guy that you really cared about him. And you don't measure your affection. Either you feel it and you show it, or you don't. And that takes a certain amount of courage. You have to be willing to accept, rejection or ridicule or whatever. But it's about you. You showing someone else that you love them, you showing someone else affection, you doing PDAs to someone else, you expressing your feelings. That's all about you. That has nothing to do with them. It's about what you feel and your ability and maturity and willingness to express those emotions to your partner. You're sitting here telling me that you put up all these boundaries and had all these rules. You never slept over with the man. You never told him that you loved him. You never showed him that much affection. You only saw him on the weekends. It's like you were keeping him at arm's distance. And even if that's not how you think about it, that's essentially what you did. So you never really made it comfortable for him to fall in love with you. You never really made it comfortable for him to, go deeper and deeper into the relationship because you put up all these walls and all these boundaries. And so the man, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to feel. The real question, she doesn't look to Cardi B. Is she worth dating? Oh, please. Cardi B looks like a dog. What's wrong with you? That girl is hideous. Your idea of beauty and mine is like on two different worlds. I don't see what people think about her. She is not cute. Anyway, moving back to my subject. So, young woman, is there any way to fix this? I'm not sure. Because the unknown here is where what his mindset is. I can't say what he feels. I don't know the man. I haven't talked to the man. I don't know how he's thinking about the situation. Is he hurt? Is he disgusted? Does he still care? And he's hoping you come back and say, I don't know. But if you have the courage to, you can pick up the phone or you can go find this man. Where's my nose itching? And go find this man and tell him that you realize now that, okay, haha. I'm glad it's a joke. you can go find this man and you can express to him what I just told you, that you were maybe a little afraid, you were hesitant, you didn't want to feel like you were coming on too strong, you were concerned about how he might feel, you didn't want to run him off with your vast expressions of emotion. I mean, whatever way you want to phrase it, and tell him that you do have these feelings. You're so sorry that he was hurt by your failure to express them. I mean, you can at least tell him that, and then if it doesn't work, he doesn't want to be bothered, he doesn't trust what you have to say, then you guys at least will have some closure, and you can both move on knowing that you cleared all the air and everybody apologized and everything's all above board or whatnot. But the way things stand right now, you made some grave mistakes here, and I hope you don't do that again. I mean, go by what you feel in your heart when you with your man. And if you love him, you want to hug him, you want to kiss him, you want to hold his hand, you want to spend the night with him, you want to spend time with him. I mean, be woman enough to say that. And be woman enough to do that. And let the chips fall where they may. I mean, don't be doing it with some clown you just met 15 minutes ago. I'm not saying, but it sounds like, you were with this dude for close to a year. And you were still doing you had never spent the night with this man in 8 months? Are you kidding me? See, I would have jumped you too. You was doing the most. You was just doing way too much and keeping him way too distant in the relationship. So, yeah, he's very hurt by the way you treated him. I don't know what you're gonna do, but that was my suggestion. Okay, so that's two of the six letters. Let me write. I wanted to put my YouTube channel here, so in case someone wants to go and see that video that I just referenced on how to be a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. I mean, I talk about how you got to show the guy interest and affection and initiate things and stuff like that. Keep him on his toes, surprise him and stuff like that. But you still have to not be a doormat and just doing the most, laying down on like being a rug for him to walk on and stuff. Not treating yourself with respect. All right, so this is the same channel name here and on YouTube because I'm not creative like that. All right, so let's talk about letter number 3. Dear Deborah, uh-oh, I hate my boyfriend's daughter. She is a bratty 5-year-old, and if she doesn't get her own way, she will throw a tantrum until she does. I hate his ex also. She uses the kid against him. I feel left out when his daughter's around as he gives her all the attention as she seeks it and doesn't give up until she gets it. She drives me crazy. I can't stand to be around anymore. And her mother is a lazy bleep who doesn't work, doesn't have a license, lives at home with her mother, and only worries about going and hanging out with her friends on the weekend. So she tries to always pawn the daughter off on us so she can do what she wants. He used to have her every weekend, but now it's just every couple of weeks. Me and my partner work all weekend. The weekend is the only time we get together. I've tried talking to him about it, but he seems to pick to be with her over me, and that he doesn't see that she is a spoiled brat, and he just doesn't worry about me when she's around. I was pregnant when we first got together by another man, and he said he didn't want me if I didn't get rid of it, so I did. Oh, wow. Now I am pregnant again, and he doesn't want this child either, although he already has a kid. I don't know why. But he is saying we ain't ready. Now, I'm not old enough, but I'm 22. I think that he just doesn't love me as much as he used to because he used to want kids when we were only together for a year, but I backed off and said no. An abortion is not in the cards for me this time around, although he strongly wants it, and because of this, he has now found every excuse to break up with me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Young lady, what are you doing? Let's start from the top. Let's start from the top with this nonsense right here. Okay. You do understand that when you have a parent and the parent has a kid, especially a little kid like this who's only 5, that's a package deal. There is no way in this world the kid's not going anywhere, especially since he sees the kid that often. I mean, it's not like the kid lives in another state and he only sees the kid, during school holidays or something like that. I mean, he's getting the kid like it was every weekend. You say now it's every couple of weekends, but he has an active and involved relationship with this child. What you can't stand is that when he's with the kid, he's paying attention to the kid. That's her father. That's what he's supposed to do. Now, the one who's acting 5 is you. That's what's really happening here. You're acting like a 5-year old because you want daddy's attention for yourself. You're 22, okay? That's old enough to understand the dynamics between a parent and a child. I'm really surprised I even have to say this. I know, but see, this is why I wanted to be on Twitch, because it's a different. I'm telling y'all, it's a different group of people than I usually deal with. I usually deal with people more in their 30s and 40s. So I wanted to come over here so I could get into the heads of some teenagers and people in their early 20s, because that's pretty much the demographic that's on Twitch. And obviously my instincts were correct in that y'all need some help because something is wrong. Okay, now let me break this down for you. Okay, package deal. You don't understand that. Okay. Then you say that you're mad at the mother. That relationship has nothing to do with you. So you don't need to have any feelings about that relationship that he has with his baby mama. Okay, because don't have nothing to do with you. You're not married to him, so it doesn't affect your money. It doesn't affect your time, nothing. And because, when he has visitation with the kid, if you didn't want to be bothered with the kid, you could go somewhere else. You do understand that, right? You could go to a friend's house and spend the weekend somewhere else and leave him there with that brat. You don't have to be there. Okay, you can see him during the week, which would be what I would suggest, not living with her, but that's your choice. Then let me see what else. So he picks her over me, and she's 5. That's going to happen. You were pregnant by another man. He said he didn't want you, so you got rid of the baby that you had because this man said he didn't want it. By that move alone, you played your hand. You are a bad poker player. This is what you just let him know that he has so ultimate control over your mind, and that he can easily yank your chain anytime he wants to, and you have gave him like all your power because you want this man so bad. This is even further proven by the fact that now, because you feel like you in competition with this 5-year-old, you want to have a baby too. The man's telling you to your face, I don't want any more kids, because he can barely handle the one with the baby mama drama that he's already got. And you want to add to it. You want to add yourself, your evil jealousy and your immaturity and another child to this mix. That's what you're trying to do. That's what you're telling me right here, right now. And I'm sitting up here wondering, wow, this is really kind of amazing. He wants to break up with you. Of course he does. Of course he does. Because he's not trying to be caught up in your trick bag. He sees what's going on. He's trying to, make sure that doesn't happen. And so he wants out. Unfortunately, he wants out after the pregnancy. But your best bet, young lady, would be for you to head to the nearest abortion clinic, handle your business, break up with him, and next time get with a man who doesn't have any children. That's what you need to do, so that the two of you will have your children, your first child, together. That's what you need. So you'll be just as excuse me, emotionally invested in that child as he is. We're having fires in California, and the air quality is so bad from all the smoke. There's like a haze over the Bay Area, and I made a mistake of having my windows open earlier, so the air inside my house is like choking, as you see. So my apologies for the coughing thing, but I've been really struggling. It's been awful. So that's my advice to you. And I hope you take it, because it really would behoove you to get out of this situation that's causing you so much angst. You're only 22. You don't need to be bothered with all of this. All right. Now let's move on to let's see. That was 1, 2, 3. So we're on letter number 4. Dear Deborah, my boyfriend has a female friend that he's had since childhood. She is supposed to be gay, but she sometimes sleeps with guys. I wonder how you know all that. He must be talking too much. She always texts him and asks him to go out with her. Last time he went and didn't even invite me. He admitted he kissed her in the past once, but they were, quote, young and stupid, end quote. Once we almost broke up because I almost broke up with him because he wanted to move in with her just like friends. We had multiple fights over her, and he always takes her side. Should I be worried? So they've been friends since childhood. That means she's more like a sister to him than anything else. Um, I mean, this is especially important if their parents are friends. You know, like some people have been friends with someone they grew up with since like they were babies in diapers or toddling around and stuff. You know, kindergarten or at the latest. So for you to think that he's gonna drop that relationship that's almost as important to him as family because you came along, your thinking is skewed. Okay? And of course he would if he didn't have any place to go, he would go and live with her. I mean, where else would he go? You know, he's not going to go back to his parents' house if he can help it. He's going to go with a friend, and if she's like his best friend, then he's going to go there. Now, you say that she asked him to go out places with him. Well, of course she does. They've been friends. They're gonna be they was friends before you met him, and at the rate you going, they're gonna be friends after he doesn't not dating you no more. And she didn't invite you. Would you invite you? I mean, you jealous of the woman. You can't stand the woman. I mean, the whole letter is full of all this. You fighting about the woman, all this stuff. Why would she invite you? I mean, for real? You really think that that would happen? I wouldn't invite you either because you'd be on some BS that I wouldn't be trying to hear and ruin my good time. So, no, it would make sense that she doesn't invite you. And then finally, he always takes her side. Well, he probably takes her side because that was the right thing to do because you be on some BS. That's like I'm saying. It's like if you have low self-esteem and you don't have the confidence that, you know, this guy really cares about you and that he can have a female friend that he's had before he met you now. It's not like, you know, they or ex-lovers or so he just met the woman last week or something like that. They've been friends since childhood, okay? So you all, you know, in your feelings about it and stuff, you're trying to put him in a position where he's going to have to choose between his friend that he's had for his whole life dang near and you who's Johnny on the spot recently. Which one you think he's going to choose? You going to get yourself in a situation where you on the outside wonder what happened. That's where you're headed. So I hope you understand what time it is. What you need to do is calm down and stop fighting him about this. Instead, make the time that he spends with you so much fun, so enjoyable, so full of passion and laughter and good times and good memories that he doesn't really want to go spend time with her. He wants to spend time with you. See, you young people don't have the right mindset. That's called having game. Okay, and that's how real older women, that's how we handle our shit. We do not be sitting up here wanting to argue and fuss and fight with a man about another woman. If you really want to entice the man, then you seduce the man. Okay, and that doesn't have to be, you know, sexually. That it has to do with getting in his head. Whatever it is that makes this man happy and want to be around a certain people doing certain activities, whatever it is he likes, that's what you need to do to draw him closer to you. All this fussing and fighting and yelling at him and stuff, all you doing is pushing him away. You messing up. You doing the wrong approach. You are gonna send your man right back, right over to her house, and there won't be nothing you can say because you would have done it to yourself. All right. Then this question here. I am 30 years old. About 5 years ago, I dated this beautiful young lady for close to a year. So that means, okay, he was 25. Okay. We had some good times, but she wanted more from the relationship than I did. Needless to say, we went our separate ways and did not see or speak to each other for 4 years. Yet I never stopped loving her. Well, in December, we re-entered each other's life, and it's like we have never been apart. I'm finally ready to give this woman everything her heart desires. She recently told me that she wants to be with me in her life and more than I am now. We live in different states, but that she doesn't know just how much. Her reason being her past experiences with men. I love this woman with all my heart and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. How can I get her to see that I am a changed man and that I am not like the others? She deserves to be happy and I want to be the one that makes her happy. And he signed it Lost in Love. Okay, so let me see here. You dated a woman for a year. You were 25. That was years ago. Now you're 30. You ready to make this, you say you ready to be with her. You want her in the life, spend the rest of your life with her. Okay, so what I suggest that you do, young lad, my young lad, get your act together. Plan some kind of fabulous proposal. Take your butt on a plane or drive or whatever you need to do to get to where she is. Execute said plan and then come back engaged. That's what you need to do. You are messing around. Okay, you're 30 years old. Let's get this show on the road here. Okay, you get 30, you be engaged for a year, you married at 31, 32-ish, something like that. Okay, you guys kick it for a year or two. You become a dad at 34, 35. Okay, your life is set. Okay, you have another kid or two, 36, 37. You get shit on the road. Right now, you just spinning your wheels and you're talking, but you're not doing anything. That's why she's giving you hints. Men are so dense sometimes, I swear. She's saying she doesn't know how much because she's waiting for you to step up. She's waiting for you to do something. You're not doing nothing but just sitting there running your mouth, talking. Okay, she's looking for some action. You didn't do anything for 4 years. Okay, now you say you're ready. Then what you doing? What are you waiting on? I mean, okay, that was December. We almost in August of the next year, and you still ain't done nothing after you claim you have all these feelings. You want to prove all this stuff. So that would be my suggestion. Alternatively, since you're in different states, you can move to where she is. Move and get yours, transfer your job, and move over to where she is so you guys can do more, spend more one-on-one time together, then propose. But either way, you need to take some strong and decisive action. Right now, you're just running your mouth, and no woman wants to be hearing you running your mouth all the time. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's when women want to see action. And we just like, okay, that yeah stuff, that's cute. That means nothing. Women get real tired of that real quick. Okay, and the last question of today. This is our Saturday advice session on Twitch. This is only the second or third one or something like that. But I'm just still getting things going, and still looking for you guys. You can send your questions in. Go to survivingdating.com, and up near the top you'll see a button that says "Get Advice." That's what you click. Fill out the form, press submit, and send me your question. And then I will collect the question that I receive from Twitch. Be sure to indicate that it's from Twitch, and I will respond to it in the following week when I'm here on the next Saturday. Okay? I may start doing some other times too in the middle of the week, but right now we're on Saturdays. So here's the final question. Oh, and this one actually was in my chat the other day on YouTube. She says, "Hey, Deb, what do I do if a man I keep blocking on my phone and social media decides to just pop up at my crib?" Ooh, I was tempted to chuck hot water at him. Oh, okay. Well, what I would suggest that you do not let him in. Okay, I mean, if he can see you through your door, do the phone signal thing, indicate that that he should call you. Okay, so then, I know you've blocked him, but you would have to unblock him to have this call, this one call. And what you have to do is say, "I see that you have shown up at my house. That is totally inappropriate behavior. Do not come to my home again. You're not wanted here." Okay, I thought I made that very clear. I don't want any entanglements with you. We're not a match. We're not a pair. I don't want it. I'm not going forward with whatever it is that you thought we was going to have. I blocked you on social media. I blocked you on the phone, except for now I'm going to re-block you because I just want to have this conversation to tell you this to your face, because it seems like you're really not understanding what's going on. But don't call me. Don't come to my house. Don't try to reach out to me on social media. Don't send me a tweet. Don't text me. Don't send me any faxes, and do not send me any emails. I don't want any smoke signals. I don't want to see a carrier pigeon. I just want you to leave me alone, okay? You got to cover all bases, because they be stupid. And then they'll be like, "Well, you didn't say I couldn't send a carrier pigeon, so I sent a carrier pigeon." So you cover all bases. I know I'm making jokes, but you understand what I'm talking about. So then what you have to do is, make sure he hears that. And, did you hear what I said? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Okay, so the very next time that I see you, around the property where I am, then we're going to end up in court because I'm going to file a restraining order against you. I don't know how that would affect your employment or anything else you got going on. That's why I'm giving you this warning. I want you to leave me alone. What you're doing is wrong, it's inappropriate, and it borders on stalking. I don't want to be bothered. Okay? And then you say, I hope you have, you find what you're looking for. And then you hang up the phone, you reblock him, and you go on with your life. Now, if you happen to see the young lad hanging around your property again, be sure to alert security in your building if you have some, or your property management company, whatever it is you need to do, and so that they know what's up with him, what he looks like. If you have a picture, his vehicle license number, if you have that, you got to put some stuff in place to start making sure that he leaves you alone. And if they notice any of those things around the property, and they see his face anywhere in the property, or you see his face in security cameras, anything like that, he's around by your house where he does not belong, then you can take that to court as evidence of him stalking you, and and move forward with a temporary restraining order. It would be sad that it would have to come to that, but sometimes people just don't seem to want to hear reality. They don't want to deal. Men just don't seem to deal with rejection too well, from what I've been seeing lately. But let's hope it doesn't have to come to that. So anyway, be sure, like I said, to submit your questions. Go to survivingdating.com. Click the Get Advice button. It's in the top nav bar, and complete the form there. Indicate that you're submitting your question from Twitch, so I know where the source is. And be here next Saturday at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, which is 7 if you're on the East Coast, and we'll do some more advice questions. All right. You guys have some ideas for topics, I can accept those as well. Because, we do questions right now, but I might venture out and address some topics if there's enough interest. But, we'll do that too on Twitch. All right. So, Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com, and now Twitch too, YouTube, all that. Signing out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.